Barry was once a tropical wave, the weakest tropical disturbance on the planet. Then it got more organized as it crossed over Florida and Cuba. A center circulation was detected. Tropical depression was called. Tropical storm. It stalled out, then intensified last night and headed right to shore. And that's where we find it at the present time. Right on shore here near Destin, Florida. A tornado watch is in effect until 7 o'clock in the morning Central Time, because tornadoes have been known to form on the northeast quadrant. Right in here, that's where the worst weather is taking place now. That northeast quadrant will move into southeast Alabama tonight and southwestern Georgia, and we'll have rainfall totals, the likes of which we've seen already here in the Panhandle. Tyndall Air Force Base near Panama City, 5.5 inches of rain. Tallahassee, the state capital, 3.22. So while earlier in the week, tropical storm or the tropical wave that preceded the tropical storm drenched the peninsula, now the Panhandle gets crushed. More rain, heavy rain, and some wind for tomorrow morning rush hour here in Montgomery, Columbus, and Phoenix City, and the flood watches remain standing here for parts of Georgia, most of Alabama, and all of the Florida Panhandle. That's a wrap on our tropical storm.
We find Barry over, say, the southwestern part of Alabama, and it's been that northeastern quadrant where we've seen the heaviest rains, but there's also been a pretty powerful band of storms in the southeastern quadrant. It's in this area where we could find some more tornadoes today as Barry moves toward the north-northwest presently. But the tornado watch encompasses Panama City, where you picked up over 8 inches of rainfall. But we could see tornadoes right through this evening. This has been extended from the one that was previously in effect until 10 o'clock local time or 10 o'clock central time. As far as rainfall, especially in this area, say in the west central part of Alabama, well in excess of an inch possible. But the good news is the depression, what was a storm and now is a depression, is moving more rapidly than initially expected. So that means some locales would not receive as much rain as would be the case if it was moving more slowly. Having said that, a flood watch is in effect, flash flood watch for much of Alabama, the Panhandle of Florida, and the southwestern part of Georgia. Let's find out what's going on radar-wise. We can see that southeastern band I was referring to, the southeastern quadrant. You can see it flowing in from the Gulf. Again, this is where landfall was made between Panama City and Destin around 1 o'clock. And as we go to Destin, look at the winds. They were quite strong as the landfall was made. 70-mile-per-hour winds. Barry's been downgraded since then. We had over 8 inches of rain in nearby Panama City. Again, the landfall occurred between Destin and Panama City. People running for cover, running for shelter. That wind can hurt with that rain being driven right on your face. So heavy amounts of rain. So please be careful traveling today. The rain's still coming down. And you can see as we get into Birmingham and Montgomery, where we've been experiencing, say, 29, 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Montgomery, although the storm has been weakening, so that's some good news. Rain moving into Birmingham right now, heading toward Mississippi. And with daytime heating and all the moisture and, of course, a tropical depression in place, we could see some severe weather as we go throughout this evening across much of Alabama, especially the southern half. So there's that broad picture of what is now tropical depression, Barry. It's been downgraded from a tropical storm, and by this evening could be in the east central part of Mississippi, headed for the Mississippi River, perhaps eastern Arkansas. We'll be keeping you posted.